Okay, so next we're gonna go into the torso, modeling the torso and upper body. So I'm gonna hit cube to create a cube. I kind of want to hit the W key on my keyboard now and move this down, sort of where the torso would be. But I don't actually want to work with a cube here. Like I want to keep this cube, but I want to smooth it out. So I'm gonna go to Mesh Smooth. Okay, and that's we don't want to smooth it again. So last time I showed you Mesh Smooth and then hit the G key for more polygons. We don't want more polygons. This is good to work with. I'm going to scale it first in the Y direction, in the X direction, sorry. And now next I'm going to scale a little bit in the Z direction, give it a little bit of a depth there, a little bit of, maybe a little bit of height, not too much. I just want to start really playing around with these vertices now. So I can come in and just like last time, we're only really going to work on one side of our mesh. We'll use mirror cut. So there are a few ways to mirror your geometry. I like using the mirror cut option. I feel it's very intuitive. It allows you to merge the geometry, and it's very I think simple for beginners in my opinion. So once I've sort of flattened this out here, I really want to jump in, and I just want to select by holding Shift. I want to hold Shift and left mouse button click on each of these four quads here. Oops. I want to get that selection back like that. Okay, now I hit Control E, and now I'm going to go to scale without moving anything, and I want to scale it in. I'm just getting ready for this arm here to come out, or the sleeve to the T-shirt, whatever we're really going to do. We'll work on the arm, and then I'll show you how to add some clothing to him. So I'm just going to start pulling this out, and you can see it looks really messy right now, but don't worry. Very easy way to fix this. As long as you're pulling in the Z direction. Jump here to the scale tool, uniform scale it, and now you can start seeing how that upper arm, so the tricep and the bicep, where they would be on that upper arm there. Hit Control E again. Remember, since we're going towards an elbow now, we're using the same technique of Control E to extrude, and then using the scale tool to just pull in these vertices. If you're planning on animating, rigging and animating this mesh, you really want to add a little bit of extra geometry in the elbow and in any place where a joint would bend. That's very important, and it'll help you out a lot. So I'm just planning on adding like a few times of extrusions here where normally you wouldn't think that we'd need them, but since there's going to be a joint there, I want to make my life easier if we do decide to do some sort of animation or rigging in the future. I want to make it easier on myself when I'm character modeling. So if you're a modeler, don't forget to, or if you're going to be rigging and animating, or if you have a friend or you work at a company where another guy or another person is a rigger or animator, you really want to do them the service of making sure you have some extra geometry there, just so that when they go to rig and animate it, they don't run into some issues. You just want to make sure that it has enough geometry to deform and deform cleanly and really look good on for whatever you're trying to do for that animation. Okay, so I like the way this is going so far. I kind of want to make the hand now. Well, first the wrist. Let's not forget the wrist. So I'm just going to hit Control E again. I'm going to extrude a little bit, slight pull in. Control E again. All right, now this mask is going to be the hand here. I'm just going to do a mitten. I'm not really, I'm gonna rotate this a little bit. Still have those four faces selected. Control E and just pull in the Z direction. Remember, keep pulling in the Z direction. Don't use one of these other directions, or it could mess up your mesh. When you're doing the initial extrusion, now I can, because now I'm just moving the extrusion I just made. But if you're gonna, you first want to give your extrusion like some width and some depth here. And now I'm just really trying to see what looks best. So maybe something like that. Try to flatten it out a little bit. Yeah, something like that. I just want to do a little mitten. I don't even want to add a thumb. Just a little hand there. And looking at proportion wise, maybe I should give this a little bit more length and height there. But that's okay. I actually want to, just a little bit. I don't want that wrist to actually keep moving like that, so I'm just gonna pull this guy up and then pull him like this. And if I need, I'll just add in some more geometry there. But this is looking nice so far. I want to go for the shirt now. So what I'll do is let me first grab this vertex here, pull this up just a bit, just so it's like a straight sort of thing. And now I'm going to actually select these two faces here. Actually, I'll select 4 faces, even though we're not really working on the other side. Control E. I just want to make it simpler for myself, so I'm not working on half. Sometimes it's more intuitive if you really focus on one side, sort of work on the other side, but then just, because right now my brain's sort of thinking in terms of this whole character. I'm not necessarily thinking in terms of half of the character and how to really just model half of them, especially for something like this. It's sort of easier to see this whole body when you work on the whole thing, but you just really add detail to one side. So I'm really liking how this looks. Let's see how it looks with a smooth mesh preview. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. So now what we could actually do, so we're starting to have this here. Our body here, I really want to add just a little bit of sort of scaling to this. Let me actually grab object mode, scale this up here. I want to scale this a little bit this way. And so remember, when you work on a character, basically the rule of thumb is 6 to 8 heads composed. So this head here, up to like the neck, up to the chin here, there would be 6 to 8 of them in an average size character. So we really want to focus on the principles of geometry here, and anatomy, principles of anatomy, sorry, and really keep clean geometry with our mesh. I'm going to select this edge loop. I'm going to click one edge after I go to edge mode by right-clicking and selecting edge. I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to double click, and now I'm just going to hit the R key to scale, and I'm going to scale this down like that. So I'm starting to really like the way this is coming out. Next, I'm going to show you how to build this into sort of a t-shirt and make sure you get a symmetrical upper body in the next tutorial video. But so far we have a torso that's starting to come out pretty nice so far.